My name's Junior, and this is the 1028 Project. So, today's topic, I don't know. Um, Today was just kind of relaxing, not much going on. I did meet up with a friend, and we went out to dinner at my favorite Mexican restaurant here in Osaka, and that Mexican restaurant is Mu, M-U. It's near Homachi, around there. Anyway, but it's really good, like so good that my Mexican friends that I take there, they all say that it's the best Mexican restaurant that they've had in Japan. So, if you're in Osaka, I highly recommend Mu. It's really good. Good food. Really good food. Um, so, what do you get when you go to to a Mexican restaurant? You know, if I go to a Mexican restaurant, the very first thing that I order at a Mexican restaurant to see if it's a good Mexican restaurant is I order the mole. And the reason I order the mole is because if it's a good mole, then I know everything else on the menu is gonna be good, and the next time I come back, I can order whatever I want and I'll be safe. But if it's a bad mole, I'm sorry, I'll probably never go back again to that restaurant because I think a mole, if you really know how to cook a good mole, you really know how to cook good Mexican food. So that's what I look for when I go to a Mexican restaurant is the mole. So so I think what do we have? I had the mole. He had some tacos, carnita asada, and then we also got some nachos. And what else do we get? We got a quesadilla, so good. The quesadilla was delicious. Um, and then we also got a burrito, and we shared a lot of it. So I am so full. But anyway, the owner, his name's Shin-chan, and funny story. So this is a good story. This is one of my favorite stories. So, um, there's a couple different options for Mexican restaurants here in Osaka, and usually it's just the main one people really know about is called hey, good to see you there. Talking about Mexican restaurants. So the one Mexican restaurant in Osaka that people talk about all the time is called El Pancho's, and it's got a great atmosphere. It's really kind of unique. People write on the walls when they go in there, and they anyway. It's a really fun atmosphere. Food, not so much. However, it has gotten better in the past few years. I think they've really focused on getting some really good food. So it has gotten a lot better. So I'll give them that. But if you really want authentic, and El Pancho's is more of a Tex-Mex kind of a restaurant, and they serve they just margaritas are their big thing. At least that's what I'm told. I don't drink, but so margaritas are what they're known for there. So they do a big margarita. But I think you can order them by the pitcher there, like one of the only places in Japan. Anyway, so you got El Pancho's, but the first memory that I had of a Mexican restaurant in Osaka was back when I was working the opening cast of Universal Studios Japan, and there was a place called La Bamba, and it's really fun. Um, one of these days, I'll have to find the video that I made one night when we all went out to La Bamba. It's really fun, but really great memories, really fun, and the food was just amazing. Really good food. Excuse me. So all that cheese that I just ate at the Mexican restaurant. Excuse me. So at La Bamba, really good food. And I one of my favorite places, just like the song, exactly. La 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 bamba, ba bamba, la 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 bamba. Anyway, so the but when I came back a few years later, the restaurant had closed, and I was disappointed because like that was my favorite go-to Mexican restaurant. and I was kind of bummed out. But anyway, so fast forward a few years back, and and someone recommended this Mexican restaurant called Moo. And so we went, and it was so good. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. It just reminds me of La Bamba. And the owner who ran the restaurant walked over and said, did you say, and he's like, did you say La Bamba? And I was like, yeah, that was my favorite Mexican restaurant in Osaka. And he's like, I used to work at La Bamba. That was the restaurant where I got my start, and I was trained on how to make Mexican food. Was at La Bamba restaurant. The owner, uh, he and his wife like ran the restaurant La Bamba, and they retired, and that's about when I opened up my restaurant. And I was like, yes. See, I knew there was a connection. See, so that's why I love Moo so much, is because it's a continuation of my favorite restaurant that was here in 2001, and it's so the same kind of care that goes into it. But he does an amazing job. He closes down the shop and goes to Mexico for a few months every year, and goes does brings back authentic souvenirs and kitschy little stuff that he stocks in his restaurant, so you can go eat some food and get a little few like Mexican trinkets there as well. But and I don't, like I said, I don't drink, but like the Moo Bar, it's called Moo Mexican Bar, and it is famous. He does a really good job with his tequila, I'm told. So there's a really good selection of tequila there. So worth checking out if you're in Osaka and looking for authentic, delicious Mexican food. That's my recommendation, is Moo. But yep. But I met a friend. He's a coworker, more of a friend than a coworker now. I really like him. His name is Jorge. He's from Spain. Anyway, so Jorge is leaving the company, and he's going to go back to Spain, take care of his parents. So I totally get it, but it's going to be. I'm sad that he's going, because he's been a really great friend and really supported me in some really tough times. Um, anyway, as many of you know, yeah. So my wife had cancer couple of years back, and he was a really great friend, really great support, and someone I could lean on. Um, so there we go. What else would you like to know? So speaking of Latin America, did anybody watch the Bad Bunny halftime show? I finally today, since today was my day off, I finally got the chance to watch it, and I was quite impressed. It was a fun show. Um, like I didn't understand. Uh, yeah, I'm glad you liked it, because I really liked it. I didn't understand a lot of the Spanish, but I think the artistic value there was really cool, and I think going back and listening to some of the subtext of why he did what and where and how, like it really, I thought it was really a good, well put together show, and I guess the director has directed several uh, halftime shows, and so I want to do a little more research on that. But the funny thing was, did you? Of course, and I loved how at the end he he named off Americans all the way from South America all the way up to Canada. You know what I mean? Like he called out America, so you can be Americans and still not live in America. Does that make sense? The United States of America. So I think brought back that unity, togetherness. That's where we should be, you know? And I did think it was rather funny that all of those people that were in the grass costumes, that was hilarious. Chile. Nice. Yeah, I'm so glad he mentioned all those countries. And the grass was freaking hilarious. I think that's going to be a huge Halloween costume this year. Should I dress up as grass for Halloween? What do you think? Alrighty, that's 10:28. Love you guys. We'll talk to you later.